Todd, let's start with surprises. If you had to pick 5 surprises of people who decided to stay or go, which ones would they be?
Well, overall, it was surprising just the lack of number of underclassmen. Around 50 guys wound up coming out, and we thought maybe closer to 75, 80. But I think Brandon Spikes, you have to include him in the mix. The Florida inside linebacker, the opportunity he had and the timing of it too, Josh. I mean, you look at one of the top 2 or 3 inside linebackers, a first-round pick, coming off a national championship. Having one of probably the career season so far for him in Florida. I was surprised that he made that decision. Number 4, Greg Hardy, the defensive end from Ole Miss. Just great physical tools. He was benched earlier this season for inconsistency and not playing to his motor, but one of the top pass rushers, another first-round pick. Number 3, tight end Jermaine Gresham out of Oklahoma, one of several Oklahoma guys that went back. And you just wonder, was it an emotional decision after losing the game to Florida in the national championship? Gresham would have been the number 1 tight end taken, probably in the top 15 picks. That's millions over millions of dollars that he's turning down by going back to school next year. Taylor Mays, the safety from USC, obviously the best safety in this year's class, could have been a top 10 overall pick. And you look at all the other safeties in this year, there's no one even close to Mays, but he goes back to school, tries to develop his game a little bit, and obviously makes Pete Carroll happy, but not as happy as Mark Sanchez had he decided to come back. And then finally, another Oklahoma player, defensive tackle Gerald McCoy, the most disruptive interior player, I think, in all of college football. Just a third-year sophomore, but he could have been a top 10 pick had he come back. I thought for sure that he was gone, and McCoy made the decision earlier than any of the other guys for the Sooners to go back and you could say pave the way for this Sooner squad to getting all of these great players back.
All right, it's never too early then to begin mock drafts, so the Lions are now on your clock, Todd, and who do they take?
Well, right now it looks like Matthew Stafford, the Georgia quarterback. I think we have a great competition between Stafford and Sanchez. I talked about Sanchez earlier. I lean towards Sanchez in terms of his overall tools, his intangibles, and his work ethic. But I think that Stafford right now, as we're looking at the experience and more comfortable with NFL teams, I think he has a better shot of going number 1. And at number 2, I would go with the Rams' Andre Smith at the offensive tackle. You look at what the position and what they're able to do. Smith has great physical tools. Number 3, Kansas City Chiefs, Aaron Curry, I think was a very good fit there. They obviously would look at that quarterback position with Sanchez still sitting on the board, but I'm not so sure with Scott Pioli coming from the Patriots that would be the model they'll follow after Tyler Thigpen showed some promise at quarterback last year. Michael Crabtree would be number 4 to the Seahawks, wide receiver out of Texas Tech. He is just an exceptional playmaker, and I think that he would fit for a Seahawks team that needs a wide receiver help badly. And then at number 5, the Browns could go running back, could go in several different areas, but I think Malcolm Jenkins would be a possibility here. A versatile defensive back coming out of Ohio State, local product, very good playmaker, not only in coverage but also on special teams.
Aaron Curry, I want to get back. You mentioned the Scott Pioli model, of course, bringing perhaps the value for position to the way they built the Patriots. Do you see Curry? That's awfully high for a guy not many had heard of outside of the ACC entering the year.
Right. Well, I get it. He's not Ray Maluga, and he's not a quarterback. He's not one of the big name guys. But I think he can be Patrick Willis in the NFL, Josh. I really do. The leadership, the toughness, the versatility that he brings. I just think he may be. If you look at it, there's the difference between upside and the safest picks and so on and so forth. He may be the safest senior prospect we have, or prospect overall in this class. He does a little bit of everything. Maybe he doesn't go in the top 3. I feel confident saying he goes somewhere in the top 10. And if the Chiefs don't go linebacker, maybe it's offensive line. But again, I would be surprised if it is a quarterback, considering Pioli, his history with the Patriots, and how they built that organization.